Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show talking to our consumers. I know it seems like it's always that time of year. It seems like we're always shopping, but you know what makes it a little easier sometimes? The reviews. I'm here with Joe Burton. Joe, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. Well, can you tell us, are the reviews really a good indication of how people choose to spend and what they choose to spend on?
We are in the business of online reputation management, and we recently conducted a survey of 2,000 US consumers, and I think the results even surprised us. The single most influential factor in making a purchase, either online or at a local store, are reviews. Reviews were pulled to be much more influential than a company's marketing, more influential than a social media influencer. Sorry, TikTokers. More influential than recommendations from family and friends. Reviews trump them all. It's really important to people, it turns out.
Now, what do the reviews say about the consumer's spending habits?
A couple of things were really interesting on the spending habit side. First of all, people read reviews. They are looking for good reviews on companies, and they are looking at bad reviews. Bad reviews are really, really interesting. A bad review on a company that is not answered can really have a negative impact on a business. But if a company comes in and answers a negative review, if it is clear that they've made it right, I'm so sorry you had that experience, let's do something about it, and it actually occurs, a negative review turns into a super review. People love to do business with a company that's listening and getting better, and this is double important during an inflationary, challenging economic time. Customers listen to reviews even 25% more during times of inflation when they're watching every dollar, which I think describes right now pretty well.
It does indeed. What other, things are there that people are really looking out for in terms of, reading the review and making changes in their shopping habits?
Well, I think what people are actually looking for are the same things they've always looked for. We're all looking for a quality product, a quality service, number one. Number two, we're looking for a good value. And number three, we want to do business with a company and with people that are listening to us and are adapting to our needs. So a review that shows all of that and an answer from a company should answer every review, good or bad, showing that they care, really, really persuades a consumer. And it doesn't matter the generation of the consumer. Of course, millennials are looking at reviews 74% of the time, but even boomers are looking at reviews and being driven by what it says 54% of the time. Whoever your customer is, you got to get the reviews right.
Well, you mentioned something, very important. To that point, what about AI? Because now we wonder, if AI is taking control of, answering, questions on the internet and things like that. Have we seen, or did the survey show anything about how AI is impacting this?
It really is. It is a big, big part of our business. Fake reviews used to be easy to spot. We've all seen the incorrect grammar, weird spelling, odd capital letters, and our brain just knows how to skip over those. But unfortunately, AI means that well-written, very good, but yet fake reviews are becoming a real problem. In fact, 53% of consumers surveyed have expressed concerns about AIs and reviews. Fortunately, you can fight AI with AI. A really strategic use of AI from a company like ours or others can spot those AI generated reviews and flag them so the company and the consumer knows about them. And we can really restore trust in the system, which I think is what we're all looking for.
Absolutely. Can we close out with a place where people can go to learn more?
You bet. Two things. For National Review Day, you can go to nationalreviewday.com and find out more about leaving reviews or answering them as a company. If you want to hear more about all of these statistics I just threw out and more, they're in a very consumable format at reputation.com.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Joe. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Such a pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Sometimes you wonder, are those reviews important? Well, they are very important to a lot of people. Take the opportunity to go to the website and learn more. And thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on WUTA.